With that being said, on with the comedy. So, in about 5 months, I have dropped 45 pounds. Yes, thank you. Ran into a buddy of mine and he was like, wow, dude, did you get sick? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I mean, did you get cancer again? I'm like, no, dick. I did not get cancer again. For those of you who don't know me, I was baptized Lutheran. Yeah, there we go, Catholic light. One Easter Sunday, I was suffering from a massive hangover, and the best thing for a hangover is more alcohol. So when it came to communion, I walked up, preacher asked me, he's like, do you want the short little glass or the big goblet? I was like, I want the goblet. Head kind of hurts right now. I need that guy. And proceeded to drink, and drink, and drink, and drink. And I drank all the communion wine. That is the first and only time I've ever been cussed out by a preacher. I was also excommunicated from said church and escorted out by security. And by security, I mean altar boys. And it's either because of that or God hates gingers that I was diagnosed with cancer twice and Crohn's once. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the ultimate shocker in life. Gentlemen, don't forget to play with the man on the boat. Ladies, you're welcome. Yes, I went there. Yeah, I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. When I got the phone call, I didn't know how to take it because I didn't know what the oncologist was talking about. He said, Mr. Cline, you have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Like, I have what? He's like, you have NHL. I'm like, oh, do I get to come on a hockey team? He's like, you're a little bit of a smartass, aren't you? I'm like, just a little bit. Yeah, it was fun. Had to go through 9 months of chemotherapy, sitting in a chair for 9 hours a day. I'm a smoker. I can't go 9 minutes, let alone 9 hours. So I went out in front of the cancer center trying to bum a cigarette for 3 hours in January in nothing but a gown and my IV. It was cold. There was a gentleman that finally came up and he's like, hey, here, have a cigarette. First thing that popped in my head is, wow, this guy's a real piece of crap. Who gives a cancer patient a cigarette? Guy's name's probably Kevin. You know the Kevin types. Those guys that hold the door open just a little too long to where you feel obligated to go get it. It's probably the same guy that does the whole pay it forward thing to where you feel obligated to buy the people behind you whatever they want. I'm the type of guy that took multiple cigarettes from Kevin. I make him hold the door even longer and I take my free meal and I leave. This could be karma. Yeah, another thing about chemo, can't have kids. I'm surprisingly okay with this because I don't know a whole lot about children. Other than the fact that 6 months you can physically throw a child. Perfect spiral. And when they're little, apparently they have a reset button. Not no doctor or anything, but apparently you just, right in the back of the head, resets everything. I have since learned that this is called a soft spot. This could explain why my sister won't let me watch my nephew unsupervised. Yeah, my sister was the first to get married, the first to have a kid. The only thing I was first at was getting an arrest record. Twice. This could explain why I don't drink anymore. I was too good at it. Apparently that's a bad thing. If you're too good at drinking, gets you into trouble. Ask Mel, she can verify it. Well, with all the cancer and the Crohn's, I am a single man. Kind of, yeah, that kind of goes without saying. I know, right? I was dating a lady once, though. I went outside, and she says, we need to talk. And I'm like, I know where this is going. I've been broken up enough. I either call too much or I don't call enough. I text too much or I don't text enough. You work nights, I work days. You drink and I don't. You want kids and I can't give them to you. She just looked at me and she's like, what just happened? I broke up with me for you. You're welcome. Speaking of breakups, my dad has been married 8 times. I have 6 stepmoms. I know the math doesn't make sense. Let me explain. See, when I was diagnosed, they asked if I had a history of cancer. I said no. But then I asked the very serious question. Does my dad marrying my mom twice count? He said, depends on how your mom is like. My mom opened up 3 credit cards in my name and put about $15,000 of credit card debt in my name. Yes, that's why a 19-year-old filed bankruptcy. It's okay to laugh at this stuff. My mom really likes that joke for some odd reason. I have no idea why. Let's see here. What else is there? Oh, so week before Christmas, my car was stolen. Yes, thank you, Santa. Yes, I am serious. The week before Christmas, my car was stolen. I went out, started the car, went inside, grabbed breakfast and lunch, came back out, looked around, did not see my automobile. And in typical Irish fashion, I threw a temper tantrum. Just stomping around. I go inside, call work. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna be late. I'm like, car won't start? I'm like, what, like car's gone? It was found 2 weeks later in my apartment complex on the south side of said apartment complex. It was recovered. I left. I got a phone call from a detective 2 hours later. Mr. Cline, your car was used in a purse snatching on the west side. Where were you? Work. I have 6 eyewitnesses. He didn't find it amusing. Yeah, the only thing they used that car for was a purse snatching and apparently to smoke a lot of weed. Which I had to explain to my boss what a blunt was. Not a good conversation. Let's see here, what else do I have? I'm trying to think of all the other good stuff. Let's see, I covered chemo, covered dad, covered mom, covered sister. Hold on. I gotta check my notes. Because I am horrible at this game. I know, right? Let's see here. Oh, well, we didn't touch on him yet, so we'll talk about my grandfather. He passed away a year and a half ago. Kind of a somber note, but it has a good punchline. So, he was losing a lot of weight, got diagnosed with lung cancer, and I asked him how he was doing. I'm like, Grandpa, anything I can do for you? Like, how you doing? Like, you want to go outside or anything? He's like, no, really don't want to go outside. I'm like, why? He's like, well, I'm real thin. I may fly away. I'm like, no, Grandpa, I'll tie a rope around your ankle, take you out back, and fly you like a kite. And he's like, son, I'm not Jewish. Grandpa, that is the wrong word. Yeah, I love my grandfather. He was a great man. Tried running around my dad with a tractor when he was a child. Let's see here. Yes, 6 wives. Dad's been married 8 times. Let's see here. Shoot. Oh well. I've got a couple more for you, because I can't think of anything else. As you can tell, I am a ginger. We are furry creatures by nature. Take my happy trail, for example. It starts in my beard and goes all the way down. It's more like a trail of tears, long and depressing. Also makes Native American women cry. Wow, really? Just a chuckle on that one too. I am really offensive, dude. All right, well. Yeah, I know I did. I thought they would be more cooperative since I was leaving. Oh, that caught a note. All right, well, I've got one last one for you guys. Speaking of going through chemo and all that jazz. Wait, did I do that one? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, so while going through chemo, they tell you you're allowed 2 alcoholic beverages, but they didn't specify the size. So I proceeded to get 2 34-ounce pitchers of beer and get drunk and hit on every girl in the bar. Ask Mel, she was there for this. She was also there when I came in with a shaved head. Nothing like losing your hair through going through chemo, taking a shower, and just a clump comes out, and you're like, oop. Anyway, so. No, the beard actually stuck around. It just thinned out a little bit. This up here, gone. It took like 3 months and I got right back. It's back, it's not going anywhere. Just on AM. So I'm out at the bar. I'm hitting on every girl I can. And it was going swimmingly until this girl's 6-foot jacked up boyfriend asked me what I was doing. To which I proceeded to tell him, I'm trying to make my Make-A-Wish come true and you're ruining it. I went home with his girlfriend that night. Wish granted. All right, that's all I got. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Beer School. Thank you, Allie's. Thank you, Mel. I think I've got one shift on the schedule, so everybody come back on Saturday.